Thank you, Dave. Wonderful. Oh, thanks, Dave. It's so great to be here. I love this venue. It's look, if the Pope had a sex dungeon, this is what I imagine it would be like, wouldn't it? Yeah, just. Yep. I've been to Vatican. I've seen it. Oh, he's a randy. That's why his hat's so tall. My name's Dan Ilic. I'm an Australian. I love coming to America. First time I came to America was when I was 20 years old. I worked in a ski resort, and three phrases stuck in my head, which made me think Americans are the most polite yet patronising race of people on earth. That is, there you go, good for you, and you're doing it. I heard those three straight after sex, usually. So it was just one of those things that always stuck in my mind. Anyway, enough of that. I'm a writer, performer, director, journalist, comedian, producer, and entrepreneur. And I have worked at all of these institutions in Australia. These are much lauded logos in Australia. To you, it just means nothing. These could be like tech startups in Mission Street or whatever it is. But this one up here, AJ Plus. I recently have been working for the last 6 months at AJ Plus, which is Al Jazeera's attempt at delivering content, news content to millennials, and they're doing a very good job there. If you ever get the opportunity to go on Facebook or Twitter and follow their work, it's really exciting. AJ Plus is effectively an experiment by Al Jazeera, but online only, and their numbers are extraordinary compared to Al Jazeera America. So that's where I've been working lately the last 6 months. Anyway, I am mostly either a journalist or a comedian. And people are often confounded by what it is that I do. They're like, so are you a journalist? Are you a comedian? And I say, I'm both. In fact, I like to call myself an investigative humorist. And here's some of my work. Can we pump up some more? So here's some of my work.
Planning an assassination attempt on a would-be president is extremely difficult, particularly when you don't know your way around the town.
Yeah, I'm lost, actually. I was just wondering where Invesco Field was.
Right down here.
Right, and that's where Obama's speaking on Thursday?
Obama will be speaking.
Do you know where Obama's staying downtown? What's the closest, tall building? Is there a gun shop downtown? No idea?
I can look it up.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
I don't have a placard. I brought my own glass ceiling.
It's been a tough few weeks here at the Liberal Party, and yes, we've had our disagreements. Welcome to the Spin Lab. Here is where we test every bit of spin before it hits the electorate.
There is one thing.
What?
We ran out of British passports.
No.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of players off the field who have got strained muscles from trying to carry way too many endorsements.
Thanks, Dr. Saylor. You're watching our special round-the-clock coverage of Lara Bingle.
Just joking. We don't have a miracles department.
The new range of Vatican touch apps from the people that know touching best.
This is incredible. Can we take it to Canberra? Universal healthcare at work. What is this place called again?
It's Medicare.
No, like this place.
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
Shit. That's so embarrassing.
Oh.
Just wondering, did you just do the back or did you do the trio?
For your information, I regularly shave my balls.
Anyway, so my work is largely, don't clap that. I've only got 11 minutes and half the sound was down, so come on, stick with me here. So what I want to talk to you today is about info bombs. Now, an info bomb is something I like to think of as a bit of content that you create that might be able to change someone's mind on something. And generally, the best way to have an info bomb is facts and jokes. If you can package your facts or package your story, wrap it with jokes, you probably could also change someone's mind. And I think, in my experience, this has been the case. I started in 2006. In 2006, this is when YouTube was quite new. I kind of got in on the ground floor on this one. And 2006, the Australian government, they decided to launch a brand new advertising campaign called Where the Bloody Hell Are You? This was I know, it sounds stupid, right? Who puts a swear word in an ad? And more on that later. So the catchphrase was, where the bloody hell are you? Beckoning the world to ask the question, where the bloody hell are they? Clearly not Australia. Come to Australia, you fucking idiots. Right, so... and it was hosted by this lady here. Her name is Lara Bingle. And here's the thing. For days and days and days, Fran Bailey, the then tourism minister, jumped on the radio and the television and claimed what a success this ad was because it was getting banned in every English-speaking market. It even got banned in Canada, not for the use of the swear word bloody, but because of this picture. Because in Canada, you are not allowed to advertise unbranded beer. So, this ad campaign, multi-million-dollar ad campaign by the Australian government, was deemed as what the kids of today would call an epic fail. And the then Tourism Minister, Fran Bailey, she obviously was on the defensive, and she was talking about that Oscar Wilde quote. You know, the only thing that's worse than being talked about is not being talked about, but she didn't read the rest of the quote, which was, unless the only people who are talking about you live in the same country that you're trying to promote with a crappy ad. It was a really ineffective ad campaign. It got banned everywhere and no one gave a shit outside of Australia. But somehow she tried to make it into a win. Anyway, so I decided to make an ad campaign that was filled with facts that might get seen outside of Australia.
We packed you a cone.
We got the ethnics off the beach.
We got you some free accommodation.
The dingoes are well fed.
And our human rights record has been improving for over 200 years.
So where the are you?
So this was the very early days of YouTube, 2006. In the first 2 days, this video got 50,000 hits on YouTube. In a week, this video got 1.5 million hits on YouTube. It was really exciting in 2006 to get 1.5 million hits. Now Justin Bieber has to fart, it just happens. But when your video gets 1.5 million hits, people see, including Tourism Australia, and their lawyers sent me this letter saying, oh, hey, you use the same music as us. Please take it down off your website. And I sent them an email back going, no, I didn't. I got my friend to make something that sounds exactly like it. It's very different. In fact, the only similarity between my song and your song is the word la. So I'll have you know that, in fact, what I will do, Tourism Australia, I will pull it down, and I have replaced it with a few other versions, a do version, a la version, a whistle version, and a crazy frog rabbit version. And never heard from Tourism Australia ever again. It's fantastic. This little breakout campaign, this little breakout video, I was like a kid when I made this, connected me up with a group called Get Up. Get Up is kind of like an American Move On, but less earnest. Yeah, Democrats. And I was flying home from Cuba to LA, then flying from LA to Sydney. And next to me was a guy. He had shaved head, jeans, sneakers, had to be American. And I turned to him and I said, excuse me, I think I know you from somewhere. And he said, oh, really? Where? I said, are you David Hicks's lawyer? David Hicks was the single Australian detainee in Guantanamo Bay. And I was sitting next to his lawyer, and I only figured this out 5 hours out. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I was like, hey, I do comedy. He's like, you should do something for us. And I said, okay.
G'day, I'm David Hicks. Welcome to my crib. Come on, check it out. My evil neighbour, Zakaramesh. Hello, Zakaramesh. He's all right. This is me here. 3, 1, 2. I asked for 9/11, but they wouldn't give it to me. This is it. This corner. This is good corner. This is where I spent 2003 and 2002. I spent 2 years there. This corner here, this is my holiday corner. Just my time, really. When we're getting tortured, we have to wear a hood and stuff, but not me. Thanks to Dad, he got me a Coles bag to wear. Hey, much more environmentally friendly than those other hoods. But you know what? It's not all good.
I was going to skip past it. I've got so much talk and not enough time. I'm so sorry. Now, when it comes to making info bombs, one of the key elements is calling bullshit. So much bullshit comes through our eyes every day, and it is your option to call it. And you have the power, everyone has the power now with an internet connection and a camera, to call that bullshit. This is one of my heroes. I get to work with him often. His name is Andrew Denton. He said, everything is funny, but some things are also serious. And I worked on a TV show called Hungry Beast, and through his mentorship, I kind of picked up a couple little tips, and I'm going to share them with you right now. This is the kind of essence of taking a bit of information and distilling it into something that hopefully people will like and share and will change their mind. So, when you go out this, please tell us something we don't know. That's the key thing. Educate your audience. And do it with a strong point of view. Comedy is so much easier when you can have a one-sided debate, particularly because you don't know one else to debate with if you're making yourself a script. Do it with a strong point of view. That's really important. And thirdly, what's the fuck me? The fuck me is the most important thing. You want your audience to go, oh, fuck me, I didn't know that. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me, I didn't think about it that way. Fuck me, that's amazing. Fuck me, you have to watch this. Really, there is no point, you guys. There is absolutely no point at all in you picking up a camera and making something that no one cares about. You want a fuck me. Ask yourself that at the end of every script you write. And the great thing about info bombs is when you get it right, you can also move the needle on things. I've been lucky to be involved with many NGOs, create many campaigns that have gone on to not topple governments, but certainly get them to vote a different way, or certainly get them to drop a horrendous piece of policy, and that's really exciting. Here's something I'd like to share with you. This is one of my AJ Plus pieces. This one is for you, Californians.
Switzerland, known for making overpriced wrist clocks long before Apple, but they're also home to the largest food manufacturer in the world, Nestle. Now, Nestle make all sorts of stuff, like Kit Kats in soybean and baked potato flavour, or chocolate made with child slave labour, to dangerous baby formula sold to developing nations as a more healthy alternative to breast milk, which is great for those vegan babies, I guess. Closer to home, Nestle bottles 7 different brands of water in the USA, and if you go by their websites, 6 appear to be delivered by just one guy. Look at him. Water is one of those essentials we take for granted, but just like a massage from a drunk friend going through a breakup, we expect water to be free, but understand there could be a catch. To get 1 litre of bottled water on the shelves, it takes 86 litres of oil and 3 litres of water. That's like using a whole Sizzler buffet to make 1 breaded shrimp. And in California, it's like using a Sizzler buffet that's on fire. Right now, California is having a water crisis. The state is as dry as an Israeli sense of humour. And our food overlord pals at Nestle are sucking dry some of the most precious water reserves in the state, including groundwater in the desert. Yeah, they're tapping what little water there is left underground in places where there is very little water above ground to put in a bottle and truck all over the country to be sold and delivered to your workplace by that one poor fella, leaving local desert ecosystems dry and residents needing to find water for drinking, washing and cooking from elsewhere. Normally, Nestle's bottled water plants would be scrutinised by the state's water authorities, but their Cabazon plant, one of the biggest bottled water plants in the country, is on the tribal land of the Morongo Band of Mission Indians. And because they're a sovereign nation, by law, Nestle don't have to report shit. At another location in California, the Swiss food giant has been taking water from the San Bernardino National Forest, even though their permit expired in 1988. That's what we would call in my country taking the piss and bottling it. But why haven't the Forest Service been reviewing Nestle's permits for nearly 3 decades?
We have a lot to do. There are a lot of expired permits. I have 660,000 acres, the National Forest, to work on, and I'm just one guy. When it becomes a priority, I'll deal with it.
Because the worst drought in 1,200 years is low on the list of priorities, right underneath hire new hydrologists. When the rest of the state is being asked to cut water use by 25%, according to Nestle's own statewide records, over the last 4 years of drought, Nestle's water use has increased 19%. And the company insists that it's sustainable. Well, if you don't believe them, they've made this brand new campaign to make you feel better about buying bottled water. You devil.
At Nestle, we're concerned about California's drought. After all, if California runs out of water, we can no longer make Arrowhead. But we've got a plan. From today, every time you buy a bottle of Arrowhead water in California, just pour it in the ground, returning the crisp, clean spring water to the place where we pumped it out to sell to you so you can feel empowered to solve the drought by pouring it back into the ground. Because a sustainable water supply means a sustainable profit. When it comes to the California drought, Nestle gives a damn.
Anyway, there you go. I have run out of time, and you'll happily know that Dave has stocked Arrowhead today. This is a big event. Arrowhead, it's very delicious. You know, it tastes like the inability to wash someone's clothes. That's what it tastes like. It's fantastic. I'm out of time. Has anyone got any questions before I wrap up? Good, excellent. I was just expecting this. Since there are no questions, maybe I can play a couple extra clips for you. So one of the things that got me the job... Oh, we have one question over here. Yep.
Thanks. I actually appreciate this talk because I work for an environmental nonprofit, and we're having a really hard time taking our campaign topics like exploding oil trains and making them sound funny. And I just...
Oh my God, that is the funniest thing in the world. Have you seen Vox Media? They're running native content in their fucking website that says, oil trains are safe. No, they're not. They are not. It's incredible. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
I'm just curious, like, how do you start that transition? Because you have, like, people who are very serious and have done all this research, and this is a very serious issue, and then you have, like, the content and marketing people like myself who are trying to make it, like...
There's kind of a new strategy that we're playing with in Australia where I've created a brand called Irrational Fear, and it's like a satirical comedy brand. And so what happens is, if you give your money to a comedian to make something that you research, and then they have a strong following. So if you find someone like me who's the equivalent in California, and then you can tee up a partnership with lots of other people who have strong Facebook followings. So Campaign Courage, Upworthy, any of those, and you can see that out there. So it's effectively you're financing a bit of content through the voice of a comedian that you can use that doesn't actually have anything to do with your brand. So it's a tricky way of getting around it, but that's like what everyone's doing at home now. It's like, oh, look at this we've found over here. How did that get so well researched? I don't know. So it's not hard. I mean, I'm purposely showing you things that are of really kind of low production scale, so you can kind of be encouraged to go and make something of your own. Any other questions? Great. We've got a couple of minutes. So for the last 6 months, I've been working at Jazeera, AJ+, and the boss there was Syrian, and he said to me in October when I went for the job, he said, "Okay, Dan, okay, dude, how are you going to make Palestine and Israel funny? Huh? How are you going to do it?" I said, "Well, I've already done it." With Irrational Fear, we went to Australia's Coachella. It's called Splendor in the Grass. And we thought, rather than kind of take an opinion either way, we thought we'd kind of highlight the ignorance of the general population of Australian kids who are off their face at a music festival. So please enjoy this.
So I'm asking people for their solutions to big problems. How do we fix Israel and Palestine?
With ketamine.
Ecstasy.
Lots of ketamine.
As a matter of fact, I had this discussion. I'm not even fucking joking. Oh, what are the motherfucking odds? Well, to solve the whole world peace, to get the United Nations in a room, give them a line of the finest ecstasy, and the world will be solved.
All the leftover food that isn't eaten at Splendor should go to those people.
Just get on MDMA and fucking chill out.
You get a democracy.
What if I told you that Israel had a democratic government?
Well, we all know that's not true because of the IBIS group. What are they called? The IBIS group.
What's your message to Benjamin Netanyahu?
Don't know who he is, my friend.
What's your message to Benjamin Netanyahu?
I'll say, get brown, chicken.
That's all my honest opinion. Either one way, I'm sorry to say this, but one of them has to be bombed.
We're asking people to solve big problems. I've got a question for you.
I've got a really big problem.
What is it?
Red Bull hurts my heart. Now, tell me the science behind it, brother. I've had a big weekend, but there is also some sort of sore growing on my lips now.
How do we fix Israel and Palestine?
You just have a big gulf or something?
What's that mean?
Sorry?
What's Israel and Palestine?
They're two countries.
They should have Splendor there.
I reckon if we got Rufus just pumping 50k system, I along the fucking Gaza Strip.
A lot of coke.
It'd be peace, love, and AIDS.
What's your message to Benjamin Netanyahu?
Who's that?
You a two-state solution for Israel and Palestine?
I'm a 5-state solution. Benjamin, Prime Minister of Israel, you need to dance and just love everyone.
Yes!
You need to dance.
You need to dance.
Come to Splendor in the Grass and we'll come to our tent and we will look after you and we'll all dance together like
Come President, you can dance.
Oh, I don't know. I think Splendor's probably the wrong place to ask questions like that.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. Everyone's pretty fucked.
And that's the absolute truth. Thanks a lot, everyone. It's been a privilege to perform for you today. If I could just leave you with one takeaway, the fuck me. What's the fuck me? Everyone, can you just yell out, what's the fuck me? What's the fuck me? Fantastic. Yeah, this is great. Yeah. I'm done, I think. That's good. That's all I want to do.
You can go. Dan Ilic, ladies and gentlemen.